Today's episode's extra exciting because we have an announcement in how you can integrate your psychedelic experiences on Amazon. So stay tuned. There's lots of exciting things to announce here. And as always, integration is not optional.
Whether you're a life coach, therapist, biohacker, invested in wellness, or in the healthcare profession, if you have an intention to work in psychedelic spaces, you're in the right place then. If you're called, get involved. But first, get informed. Let's talk the 4 N's: intake, intention, in-space integration. Leading to deeper transformations. Psychedelic Coach Podcast, Kole. Walk you through the process, it's all possible. Leave space for the follow through. Most importantly, integration is not optional.
This is Kole Witty, co-host of the Psychedelic Coach Podcast, which is where you find yourself today. Now, if you haven't already subscribed or left us a review, please do so. We're looking to grow the show. We're going to be bringing on guests in the future and really elevating the way that we are delivering content, which brings me to today's topic. It's going to be short and sweet and quick, and it packs a powerful punch because it is a big deal, not only as far as a benchmark of our business, but also as far as accessibility and helping more people have access to tools for integration. And now you can get psychedelic integration on Amazon starting on May 16th, which is coming up here pretty quick. The great news is that we are so excited to tell you all about, for the last 2 years in particular, we've been doing a Condor Coach certification program. Now, what we found through this process is how many of our coaches are utilizing the Condor Approach Workbook as a tool in their coaching containers, whether they're body workers and they're giving the books to their clients to be able to track and really understand the unique language their body speaks. We find that until you can get a clarity of what your body's trying to tell you, you don't really understand what safety is. You don't really understand the outcome and the damage caused by you not communicating your boundaries and truths. Some of how the relationships that you're in are depleting your life force energy, and the conversations that you're not having are exactly what's standing in the way of you creating a life that you love. Now, if you're not already familiar with the Condor Approach, or you've downloaded the book and maybe you haven't looked at it, there is a free version that you could get right now at www.freeguide.vip. That gives you access to a 107-page book and an integration course. We have worked so diligently over the years to continue to grow and evolve and reach out to more learning styles. And when we really dialed in our intentions, we knew that there were certain tools that if someone at least had access to those, they could completely change their life. If they could never afford to go work with a shaman in the jungle, if they could never gain access to a coach, whether because of financial location or they just don't know one, they would start to develop the skill of coaching themselves, which at the end of the day is the most important relationship you will ever have in your life. It's what's transformed my life. That's what's transformed Ta's life and really helped us to create a relationship, a life, a career that is dedicated to service, that doesn't require us to sacrifice our lives to help others. And that's what we're seeing a lot in the psychedelic space is people who care so much are getting sick. They're getting burnout already. And as psychedelics get decriminalized and legalized in different places and spaces, more people are leaning into working with these powerful master teachers without having tools for integration. Integration is not optional, and we say it over and over again, but how you integrate is. Intentional integration is the difference in lasting results and truly making the necessary changes for your life to evolve. Going into a journey, having a big realization, coming out and not having a plan, not knowing what you're going to measure or signs that you're not integrating or that you might need additional support, all those things matter. And we're not looking to track things to the point where it's distracting that you have to be doing. What we're saying is you do have to know what are signs that what you're doing is working for you. You might be doing something that a shaman or you read about worked for them, but it's not for you. You have your own unique lived experience. You have your own unique way of doing things. So how do you measure and track that the way that you're doing it is even working? For us, that's the Condor Approach. It's a daily workbook that's 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. Some people get overwhelmed at the idea of 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, but I'll tell you, the people that are getting the results in their life are the ones who do the Condor Approach Workbook. And now you can pre-order it on Amazon. Whether or not you agree with the tactics or the company that is Amazon, it does give access to a lot of people that wouldn't have access otherwise to information, to products, and like anything else, we can see the light and the shadow side of everything that we participate in. And we saw this as an opportunity to increase accessibility for people that really wanted a physical copy of the book. We priced it at a price point that would cover our costs. It's not something that we make money on. And so now you can go to Amazon right now. You can either get the Kindle version, which I think is like $2, or you can get the physical copy, which it's a workbook. It is a process. It requires filling things out and scoring systems and body mapping. So being able to write on something is super helpful. And by the time you pay to print it, you're not usually that far off because it is 107 pages. The version that's on Amazon is great to, in particular, after your psychedelic journey or retreat. Buy it, take it with you. Really, in a perfect world, I tell people 30 days of this journaling process will change your life. We've had people on the show before. We had Adewale who talked a few weeks ago about the difference this book made in his life. Now, he hasn't taken any of our trainings. He has been working with different facilitators and on his own, and the book allowed him to, as he said, completely change his life in 27 days. This is not about getting a positive mindset or bypassing your feelings. It's how to really lean in to your feelings, to get radically clear on why you're feeling the way that you're feeling and what you can do about it, what your emotions and your body cues are signaling you. And I'm so excited that now for less than $12, and if you have Amazon Prime, that means free shipping, you can have it in your hands starting on May 16th. They ship out May 16th. So I highly recommend, whether you're a coach or whether you've been doing this work on your own, to go grab yourself a copy and just try it out. Try it for 30 days. Get 4 copies and do it for 30 days. It comes with a free course that teaches deeper about body mapping and a lot of the things we teach at the training certification that we've been teaching our coaches for the last 2 years, and we've been teaching our private clients for the last 6, and that I personally created for me when I started to get my life from where I always joke around that I was just trying to get my life to suck less in 2008. And when I sat down on the ground at Disneyland and started crying because my body hurt so much, all of my medical conditions had caught up to me. I just remember praying in that moment, like, something has to change or I'm not going to make it to 40. I cannot fathom another 15 years in the body that I was in. And to look back now and to see our life and what we've created and all of the steps we had to take to get here, it's because I live the Condor Approach method. And this isn't a Bible. This isn't a religious or spiritual practice. This is you getting to know you. This is reflecting your mind, your choices, what you're doing or not doing back to you so that you can make informed decisions and take radical self-responsibility for what you have, what you don't have, what you want, or what you don't want, so that you can make the movements necessary to actualize your dreams. Because a big realization without action is just a dream. And I don't want to see any more people ending up in a cemetery where their dreams die with them. Mr. Les Brown once said in a mastermind that I was in with him, the wealthiest place on the planet is a graveyard, because everyone whose dreams died there died with them. And I just don't want to see that happen to more and more people where these great ideas and dreams that you have just fade away with you, that calling that you have in your heart to be the type of parent or friend or business owner that you want to be, there's only one way there, and it's through you. And you have to know what is true for you. You have to understand the difference between your instincts and your intuition. Your instincts can keep you from some of the things that you love, and you could be clouded in stress and overwhelm and not be able to hear that very subtle intuition guiding you on what you may identify as a purpose, or just to have a purposeful existence or a presence. The Condor Approach is so much more than I ever anticipated. I was just looking for a way for me. And then people started to ask me, how did you do it, Kole? How did you heal your body? How did you heal your relationships? What did you learn from your first divorce, from traumas of the past, from comas and traumatic brain injuries and broken bones and rape and being held at gunpoint? And all of these things had taken a toll on my body. And I don't want any more bodies to suffer if they don't have to. And you don't have to now. So my invitation is to go to Amazon and reserve your copy today. Again, get 4 copies. It's got a free course, which means that for less than $50, you could have a guide that will change your life and a course that will tell you how. There is nothing else on the planet like the Condor Approach. I looked. That's why I created it, is because I bought all the programs. I did all the things, and they made some progress, but I feel like so much of it was anecdotal. It wasn't really proven. And so as I tried them, some parts worked for me, but some parts didn't. And now with the Condor Approach, I really learned the value of the Condor Approach is that it's about you. It's not about teachings or lessons. It's about, how do you feel? Are you sleeping? Are you getting done the intentions for yourself, the dreams that you have for yourself? And if you're not, what are you going to do about it? There's daily reflections, then there's end of week reflections, and then there's end of month when you want to really dive deeper. And if you're looking for a coach, find a Condor Coach, or I can refer you to one. They've been trained in the methodology, but they're there to hold space for you. Some are therapists, but more importantly, everyone is a coach. They're helping you to come up with putting everything out on the table that's going on in your life, looking at your family life, your work life, not just one piece or part, these fragmentations that we're all operating in as part of the problem. You've got to have that condor's eye view of the bigger picture of where you are and where you want to go. And that is what the Condor Approach provides. Evidence of growth, evidence of deficits and some places where there's opportunities for growth, and then helping you to identify what you can do about it. Our free program that comes with the book is honestly provides more information than any paid psychedelic program I've found. And I would love for someone to tell me otherwise. And it's not because we're here to prove it or put anyone else's down. It's that this is the proof that I've done, the proof through our private clients, then through our coaches, and now through all of the people our coaches have worked with and will work with. I have coaches ordering 50 books at a time for their clients, so that when they use their unique practices, they get to see if what advice they're giving is working. And if it's not, we have evidence sooner so that we can course correct or make changes. It's so valuable. I truly believe and have seen in other people's experiences that when you have something like the Condor Approach, you save years in your process. And then you team that up with the master teachers like mushrooms or a spirit molecule like MDMA, or you team that up with Kana or anything like that, you're going to find such a deeper, lasting transformation because you are practicing daily the art of becoming the future self that you've been dreaming of. So don't wait. And that's what I was here to share, y'all. Buy a copy for a friend. Do it together. There's lessons in the front of the book. There's the course inside. We talk about psychedelics. We talk about body mapping. We talk about how constructs impact your body, how your beliefs impact and almost act through your body like an entity to protect themselves, to survive, and what you can do about it. until you start to really do this work within yourself, you will continue to slide backward and need to go back to another retreat. And if you've been willing to pay for a ceremony once a month or a retreat once a quarter, and you're not incorporating this, then how deeply are you honoring the messages of these master teachers? I, for one, am a devoted student of the lessons and teachings, and then I've been gifted through my own psychedelic experiences how to take these very mystical aspects of transformation, of spirit, and translate it into the 3D to help you do that for yourself. So I'm excited to see what you do. If you buy a copy, let me know. If you've already done the free version and that changed your life, let me know. I'm looking to celebrate with you. Pop in there. I'll put the link on Amazon in the comments. You can also search the Condor Approach on Amazon. It launches and ships on May 16th. So get in there. The more copies that are pre-ordered, the more Amazon will carry in stock because it's a paid to order situation. And so the more pre-orders they see, the more they'll keep in stock so that you don't have to wait. Up until now, for someone to get a book, it was 10 days to 2 weeks for us to do the print on demand like we were doing. So this is going to allow you to get it sooner. If you've got something coming up this summer, get a month's worth. Do the Condor Approach for 7 days before your retreat or journey, and do it for 3 weeks after. When I tell you, you will learn more about yourself and what you're participating in and what's working and what's not working. This is going to empower you to know what to do next, to keep you focused at one thing at a time so you don't get overwhelmed. It can be a lot. It can be a lot to be on this journey, and I honor you for taking it this far. So that's my announcement for today. You can now get Psychedelic integration on Amazon. The Condor Approach is coming live. The course is there. So if you have family or friends that are leaning into this work, being able to empower them with a tool and a framework as they're integrating is life-changing. So I can't wait to hear from you. If you're listening to the podcast, rate, review, subscribe, share it with a friend, get this information out there. There are people desperate for information, and there's just not a whole lot out there, especially that is financially accessible. And again, if you don't have $1 to your name, you can download it for free at www.freeguide.vip. So I hope to see what's possible for you. I hope to hear from you one day. Maybe you're going to come to a future training, and maybe you're not ready to become a psychedelic informed coach, but maybe you'd love to really immerse in the teachings with us. Then we've got another opportunity coming to you in June where you can come learn all the teachings, immerse yourself for 3 days. And if you're not ready to start coaching others and you want to deepen that practice with yourself, with the potential in the future, maybe you would love to support others. Maybe people come to you all the time for advice and you just really don't understand the psychedelic space. Then the Condor Approach Live is a perfect next step. I'll put the link for that in the show notes as well. And of course, if you know you're ready to be a coach, you know that in the next year, this is what's really in your heart to do, but you've been concerned about legality, or you've been concerned about safety and understanding substances and contraindication, then becoming a coach is a great next step because that eliminates both of those things. You're not going to have to worry about serving medicine. You're not going to have to worry if you've got kids or shared custody or what could be at risk if you became a facilitator now. I'm looking to empower more people that are ready to become an incredible integration coach. So if that sounds like you, then I'll book a call with me. Let's talk about it. I'll put the link in the show notes. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, y'all, I love you so much. And don't forget,
integration is not optional.